So maybe you've heard Pilates exercise is great for you, but you're not quite sure, should I do Pilates mat or should I do it on the Reformer? And there's so many different types of Pilates-based exercise, but I'm going to talk today about the difference between Pilates mat classes and also Pilates on the equipment, as the Reformer is the machine that I'm on right now. So keep watching this video so you can find out the difference and decide which one might be right for you. Now there's so many benefits to both, and what I'd really recommend if you're totally new to Pilates and you're not quite sure if it's right for you, to definitely start off in more of a beginner session or class. Now Pilates mat is very beneficial because you can learn the foundation to what Pilates can actually do for your body, and also be able to learn that control and the philosophy and the basics behind what Pilates can do for you. Now, it's great for anyone that has dealt with an injury, or they want to maximize their athletic ability or sport, or they just want to find a new form of exercise without a lot of aching in their joints that they get from standing and jumping, or more standing and weight-bearing gravity type of exercise. Now, Pilates on the mat, you change positions. You can be on your back, you can be on your side, on all fours, or even standing, working on your balance, coordination, your strength. And if you've done a little research and you think you want to try Pilates, mat classes can sometimes be done in a larger gym space where they can fit 30 people. The one thing I would look out for is making sure you find more of a beginner class or something that's tailored toward what you need, and you can have somebody with their eyes on you and even giving you some cues or giving you some adjustments on where your body needs to be during the exercises. That is one thing that I hear from people, is that they got injured in a large mat class, or they just tried a video online and they weren't sure they were doing it right, or they hurt their neck, or they hurt their back. Now, that is not normal. Pilates is very therapeutic, and it can help with those powerhouse muscles of your abdominals, your whole core, pelvic floor, your back, and your glutes. And it's really important basis and foundation for all your movements in life, and being able to feel like you have more endurance. You can sit up and stand a little taller, help your posture, and also just connect your brain to your body to really enhance your mobility throughout the day. You can work on your flexibility, your strength, and even tone your muscles a lot if you're doing Pilates 3 times a week. There is so many benefits. So I would definitely recommend that when you start off, you make sure you find the right fit of someone that's going to give you some cues and guidance to get you through it. Now, Pilates on the Reformer, this machine that I'm on right now, you may see in different Pilates studios. This is the most commonly used piece of equipment. There's multiple pieces of equipment in a Pilates studio, but the Reformer is the one a lot of people know about. Now, it can look intimidating, and many people will look at the Reformer and go, I don't know if I can do that, that looks scary, I'm not quite sure. Well, honestly, it is one of the coolest pieces of equipment. We use it all the time with helping people recover from injury. We even had a lady who was recovering from a foot fracture. She had a boot on, but she could do a great workout on here because she could use her upper body and her arms and still use her legs, but not put the weight through her foot. So it can be a great piece of equipment to use when you are recovering from an injury, you've had some back pain, or you just want to enhance whatever activity you want to do. I had somebody else who wanted to become a better golfer, and she ended up working on the Pilates Reformer 3 times a week, was so much stronger with her drive and being able to golf with the ball going further and straighter, because she enhanced so much of her core strength, and her rotation in her back got better, and she was able to really find that control within her body and her movements. So people that do sports and athletic activities have found the success of using a Pilates Reformer to help them. Now, a Reformer can be done maybe in a private session or even small group classes. There are some studios that see 12 to 15 people at a time on a Reformer, and I would not recommend that for a beginner. Now, you really want to make sure somebody is giving you cues and guiding you through the movements, and really able to tailor it toward your needs. And that won't always happen when you're a beginner, and you may hurt yourself. So I want to make sure that you find the right fit if you do choose Reformer. Many times people say to start with mat classes because you can build a better foundation and then move over to the Reformer. In our studio, we just go by preference, what someone wants to start with, but they have to be really good getting up and down from the floor if they're going to do a mat class. On the Reformer, the springs at one end and then also the straps at the other end can be used for assistance during some of the movements to make them a little bit easier, but then also make the exercise a lot harder and moving it more to an intermediate or advanced level. Because you have the springs, the instructor can guide the workout based on what you need and how challenging they're trying to make the exercise. Certain exercises with lighter springs can actually be more difficult of an exercise because you're having to use your own body weight and control. The difference is on a Reformer, this moves. So your body is going to have to maintain its stability and control with a movable surface being underneath you. You can be standing, sitting, kneeling, on all fours, all different positions on this piece of equipment, but you want to make sure you're guided by the right instructor that can take you through a series of exercises that goes way back to just the Pilates that developed Pilates exercise. And the theory behind it is really getting those powerhouse, the middle muscles of your body, your trunk muscles, nice and strong and controlled so you can have better carryover into your daily activities. Now the Pilates Reformer as well, we have seen people make progress a lot faster because they are using resistance of the springs. In order to tone your body, gain strength, flexibility, sometimes it can happen a little bit faster and you can be more creative and versatile with the exercises that we can provide to you using the Reformer. So it's a lot of fun. We even have a jump board that can attach to the Reformer at the end to work on some more high intensity exercise. This is a great cardio workout as well and kind of a different type of exercise than if you were to solely just do Pilates on a mat. So both forms of exercise are going to give you a lot of benefits, and using the Reformer versus using the mat can be very versatile, where we have some clients that do both exercises on the mat and those classes and then also do Reformer sessions or classes. And the Reformer can be great for being able to optimize whatever your sport may be, or going around an injury and being able to still get a workout while you're healing. And the mat classes can be great for the carryover into doing some home exercises and repeating those movements on your own with a little routine in order to make gains a lot faster too. So there's perks to both, and I would recommend a mixture of doing mat exercises as well as Reformer exercises to really maximize the goals that you have for doing Pilates in the first place. So the best class for you is going to be a beginner class. I'm going to repeat that again. Make sure that you're finding someone that can really teach you the foundation before you get into a larger class or something that's pushing you a little bit more. Also, Pilates is not trademarked, so you want to make sure you look into the background and credentials and also just the vibe you get from the studio or the place that you end up going to do Pilates. You want to make sure it's customized and tailored toward your needs and not just a cookie cutter approach where they're taking you through a series of exercises and just running you through choreography. You want to make sure that the instructor has met with you one-on-one and really knows the reason you're doing Pilates and what your goals are and how to tailor that towards you. So I hope that answered your question. What's the difference between Pilates mat and Pilates on the Reformer? And which one are you going to try first? Comment below and let me know. We love to get your questions. And if you want to find out more about specific Pilates exercises and more movement and women's health tips, please hit subscribe and follow our channel. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.